I'm losing it. But I know it's got to be small. But he can't break an egg. So what is half plus half an egg? Meaning that the half of it has to be a solid number and half a number. So like, let's say 6 is 3. No. 7 would be 3.5 plus half an egg more would be 4. So that would work. So we could say 7, because half of 7 is 3.5 plus half an egg is 4. That would leave 3 eggs. Wait, right, that would leave 3 eggs. And then half of that is 1.5 eggs plus half an egg more is 2 eggs. And that would leave 1 egg, which half of what's left plus half an egg is 1 egg. So he had 7 eggs. Ha! He had 7 eggs. He sold half, which is 3.5 plus half an egg more, which is 4. Then he sold half, which is 1.5 plus half an egg more, which is 2, leaving him with only 1 egg, which is half an egg plus half an egg more. I got it. It's got to be number 7. And if I'm wrong, then I'm horribly stupid. The Count looks flabbergasted when you call it the correct answer. Oh, yay. You have no idea. I literally spent like 5 minutes staring at that, just banging my head against. Oh, yay, I feel smart. I'm smart-ish. Real good. Alright. Dejectedly, he hands over the silver box and quietly leaves the hold, oblivious to the cheers of the passengers who have seen him meet his match at last. You know, it occurs to me, since you didn't have to pay any money to play this game, how does he make a living? Oh well, whatever. If you wish to keep the silver box, mark it on your action chart as a backpack item. I do. I worked hard for that thing. Silver box. Sweet. Sweet. I'm so happy I got that right. I wonder what that silver box does. Oh well, whatever. I wonder what this does. Oh, it's an actual action chart. Well, we won't be using that. Alright. Honey Lodge, shouts the bargee. 5 minutes to Honey Lodge. A group of farmers near you gather up their belongings, say farewell to their traveling companions, and begin climbing the taproom stairs as the barge slows to a halt. If you wish to go up to the deck and watch them disembark, or if you prefer to stay in the taproom. Why would I go up to the deck and watch people disembark? I'm lazy. I'm just going to stay in the taproom. It doesn't make any sense. Ooh, I really want to see these guys get off the ship. That's awesome. They go down the gangplank, and it's just cool. Alright. And to what do we owe the honor of your visit to Tharo? Asked Trost, the soldier, in a polite but inquisitive tone. It's on the way to Cieda, replies Pydo. We're going there in search of some work. We've heard about the attacks on Lukos, and we reckon there'll be a few rich farmers who will pay handsomely to have us protect their interests. Trost chuckles and rubs his stubby chin. I mean no offense, but if Zurgon and his rabble attack the farms near Cieda, it'll take more than 2 freelancers to turn their tails. If I were you, I'd stay in Tharo. There's plenty of work there for the likes of you. Take my advice and leave Zurgon to the army. We'll blunt his nose, don't you worry. The shutter runs through the floor of the barge as the barge gets underway. A new passenger has boarded at Honey Lodge, a thin individual with hard grey eyes. He descends to the taproom stairs, pausing to shake the reins from his cloak and wide-brimmed hat. Slung at his side is a narrow-bladed sword, and clutched in his hand is a leather-bound book. Its cover is plain and as black as his somber clothing. Without saying a word, he takes a seat in the shadows of the opposite corner and opens his book to read. Trost swallows his last drop of ale and turns his head to see what's attracting your attention. He catches sight of the new passenger and begins to choke. By the stars, he hisses. It's him! It's Kezor, the necromancer. Uh-oh. He pulls a crumbled scroll from his tunic and unfurls it on the table. On it is a picture of a man's face. The cruel features bear an uncanny resemblance to those of a stranger. Beneath the picture you read, Notice of Death, Kezora the Necromancer, renegade shaman of Mogarawith, leader of the forbidden sect of the Desert Skull. It is hereby proclaimed by lawful authority in their just retribution for vile acts of black sorcery perpetrated against the free lands of Telestria. A bounty of 10,000 loon is offered for the head of Kezor the Necromancer. By order of the Queen Yvain of Telestria. MS 5060. This could be our chance to make a fortune, whispers Trost. Help me take him and we split the reward. Agreed? She wished to help Trost attack the Necromancer if he refused to help him. Well, first of all, Lone Wolf wouldn't be concerned about the money, but he would be concerned about letting a Necromancer loose. Help attack him? I guess? Sure, why not? Let's get him. Quietly, you agree to a plan of action. Pydo and Trost will approach the Necromancer while you guard the stairs. Yes, because let's leave our best warrior to not fight in the action. If he should evade your companions, he'll have you to contend with before he can escape from the hold. Unhurriedly, you leave your seat and walk up to the taproom stairs. When you are in a position, your companions raise and advance towards the stranger who remains motionless, seemingly engrossed in his black book. Trost draws his sword and challenges the man, demanding that he state his name and the purpose of his journey. It is a fatal mistake. The man looks up from his book, his gray eyes suddenly aglow with a terrible red fire. Trost screams, his face becomes a mass of horrible erupting boils. As he falls to the floor, Pydo strikes his sword a shimmering lance of blue steel forged by the Elder Magi. His attack is lightning fast, but the Necromancer counters his blow on the edge of his blade. Sparks explode, showering the taproom with glowing fragments. The crowd begins to cheer, but their cheers soon turn to screams of terror when the Necromancer summons a new defense. Oh, and you have a picture of Trost's face getting lots of boils. Poor guy. Maybe some, Clearasil or acne cream might clear that up. Probably not. A horde of huge black spiders carpets the floor, their bulbous bellies crouch on hairy, angular legs. In a sudden rush, they scuttle towards Pydo, their eyes glint and their mandibles glaring wide. If you have a bow and wish to use it, I do! I have one of those! Use it! You draw an arrow to your cheek and take aim at the Necromancer, but passengers run wildly across your field of fire, and you dare not release your arrow for fear of hitting one of them. Precious seconds elapse as you wait for your chance. Pick a number on the random number table. If you have the Magna Chi Discipline of Weapon Mastery with a bow, add 3 to the number you picked. Plus 3 because we have the Silver Bow of Awesomeness. That's the name. Silver Bow of Awesomeness. So I get to add 6. So it's obviously going to be 5 through 7 no matter what we do. Alright. 7. So, now you... Oh well, I guess that's when it matters. So 8 or more. You fire and your arrow hits the Necromancer, twisting him around and pitching him over as the shaft passes right through his arm. Although wounded, he quickly scrambles to his feet. Oh, I got an 8. Alright, let's mark an arrow off. There we go. I should have killed him. Alright. Kezor shrieks in frustration. He renews his attack on Pydo by creating more of the hideous creatures, but your companion uses his battle magic to summon a fire to his aid. From the tip of his sword, a sheet of flame wafts down upon the spiders now closing in for the kill. They flare brightly, their legs withering in the flames, their crackling black bodies dropping to the floor and crumbling away to dust. Attack! Shouts Pydo, and together you advance against your foe. Kezor draws his sword and mouths a silent spell of protection as he prepares to engage you both in a fight to the death. He is immune to Mind Blast and Psy Surge. You may have any endurance points losses you sustain during combat as Pydo fights by your side, receiving half the blow struck by Kezor. Alright, let's do this. He's got a combat skill of 26. And so do I, as a matter of fact. Let's get it on. Battle. 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 What the heck? Oh, it's freezing on me. Okay, there we go. No, battle. Alright. He has a combat skill of 26. He's a good little punk, isn't he? Actually, I have 37 now. 37 now. Oh, dear me. Right, character. Yeah. I'm pressing the wrong buttons. Alright. have a 29 plus 6 for armor plus 2. Okay. I should have fixed that at the beginning of the game. Now we go into battle. He's got a combat skill of 26. He's got an endurance of 43. Multiplier of 0.5. I wonder if that even works. Does that even work? Somehow I don't think so. Let's just do 1, and then I'll just add half. Alright, ready? And here we go. He's done 37, done 34. He's done 30, I'm done 32. He's done 25, done 28. He's down to 15. He's down to 8. I'm done 26. He's dead. And I had 26. From 37 is 11. Minus half. Well, let's just say I lost 6. Alright. So, I'm at 31. Yay! Win the combat. Yes, we did. Khazor lies dead, but Pydo warns not to approach the body. I've heard tell that these priests of evil can awaken after death and avenge themselves. Stand back and I will make sure this one never returns to haunt us. Pydo raises his sword and severed Khazor's head with one swift stroke. Both eyelids spring open, revealing eyes burning red with hatred, but the fire quickly dies and the eyes turn to a misty gray. There! It is done, says Pydo, wiping his sword on the sleeve of his tunic. He steps back and looks around. Where is Trost? You cast your eyes to the place where he fell and see a fire-blackened body covered with the remains of incinerated spiders. There he is, you say sadly. Pydo looks at the blanket takes a blanket from his backpack and drapes it over the corpse before reciting the words of Knurla, Valkaros' prayer for those who have fallen in battle. Oh. Lone Wolf loses all his friends. Which reminds me, Pydo, you might not want to stay around Lone Wolf too long. Just saying. I don't remember if anything bad happens to him because it's been years, but my guess is yes. Maybe not. I remember he's with you for a good deal of the book. Maybe he's one of the ones that actually survives. I don't really remember. But that's not common. Just saying. Alright, let's continue, shall we? Do that. Alright. In the name of the gods, what has happened here? Thunders the captain as he hurries down to the taproom stairs. A crowd of passengers huddle in his wake, frightened but curious to discover the outcome of the fight that has devastated the hold. I'll see you pay for this, he blusters. It'll cost hundreds of loon to fix this damage. Pay up now or I'll take it out of your hides. Pydo snatches the cloth from a nearby table and scoops up the head of Khazor, wrapping and tying it tightly with a cord. He tosses the gruesome package to the captain, together with the notice of death that lies beside Trost's scorched body. That'll pay for the damage, Captain, says Pydo, and be sure that balance goes to his family or this brave soldier. Be sure the balance goes to the family of this brave soldier, or we'll take it out of your hide. As the captain reads the scroll, a wry grin spreads slowly across his weather-worn face. So, Khazor met his doom aboard my barge, he says thoughtfully. Maybe I'll leave the hold just as it is. There's plenty of folk who'd pay to see the place where that rogue ended his days. The captain orders his crew to prepare the corpse for burial, and the bargees carry away Khazor's remains. You notice the black book lying on the floor. If you have the Kai discipline of divination, and have reached the rank of tutelary. I have! Haha! You sense that the book contains details and acts and rituals that are wholly evil. It is an unholy book, but one which is not protected by a curse or trap. If you wish to examine it, now that you are sure it's safe to do so, yes I do. Cautiously, you open the black book. The pages are made of metal, as thin and flexible as silk weave parchments. Complex words and symbols are etched into the shiny surface with an ink that shimmers like sunlight on the sea. The strange designs are unlike any that you have ever seen before, but you sense that they are wholly evil. You are about to discard the book when you notice something tucked into its spine. It is a tiny scroll parchment. You unfurl it and your pulse quickens, for it contains a message written in Gak, the language of the servants of the Dark Lord. And then it has a picture of the message written in Gak. Alright. If you wish to keep the scroll, mark it on your action chart. Just an item you keep in your pocket. Sure, why not? We'll keep the scroll.